So how did you cope with the challenges that were thrown at you during pandemic and subsequent lockdown?
I kept myself busy. I learned how to cook, kept a little terrace garden, and I started writing. Time tends to fly when you're doing all
Uh,
these things.
do you think it's a high time that it's all the women actors and directors start writing so that there can be more women stories?
Exactly. That's the reason why I started writing. I've always been an avid reader.
Mm-hmm.
So one of my male friends was like, "Oh, I would respect a female author if she writes a story about a man." And at that time, I didn't think much of it. But now I would like to ask him, "Hey, buddy, how many men are writing stories for women? How many men out there are writing stories that revolve around a woman? When men start writing stories about us, we'll start writing stories about them."
Yeah.
I think this was a natural progression for me,
Mm-hmm.
sort of a natural process of evolution.
Talking about your evolution as an artist, Aarathil Oruvan was a total surprise. I was taken by surprise. We all knew you were a singer, but we did not expect you to pull off such an acting thing. When did you really get interested in acting?
It just happened by accident.
Okay.
Not something that I did intentionally. My interest was always in music, but then acting kind of snuck in, and I would say now it's taken over.
Okay. I mean, you're this rare combination, right? A singer and an actor. We don't see this combination being such successful. Of course, expect barring SP Balasubramaniam sir, there are not many the singer acting combination. I mean, what is that X factor? Do you think that made you that made you what you are today?
I don't think there's any X factor. I think it's just a curiosity.
Okay.
It's a curiosity, a willingness to learn and try new things,
Mm-hmm.
and just being always wanting to find new things to challenge myself because I get bored very easily.
Okay. What do you consider as a turning point in your career?
Annayum Rasulum.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, I wasn't really interested in the sense. I thought, I'll act for a while and then go to music school.
Mm-hmm.
But after Anayum Rasulum, it really made me fall in love with the craft of filmmaking. I had some major withdrawal symptoms when that film got over.
Okay.
Because I didn't want to leave Anna's world. It was such an intense experience for me as an actor. And it all kind of came together.
Now that you are a full-time actor and a busy one, so what place does the music hold in your life, in your professionally and your personal life?
It's still a very important part of my life. Actually, one of the things we did during this lockdown was record my album. It's very special because I have a band and we call ourselves the Jeremiah Project. We had this plan of recording this album forever, but because everyone is so busy, it never happened. So during the lockdown, everybody remotely recorded their own parts in their own home studio. So the album finally came together. That's my little doggy. So that's another great thing that happened during this lockdown.
Yeah, how did this offer come to you, Anthology?
You just called me one day, that's about it. I know Rajiv because we've worked together on ad films, When I first started modeling, he was one of the first guys I worked with, first ad film because I worked with. So he called me and said, "See, Andrea, I'm doing this. I thought it would be good if you can do this." And I was like, "Yeah, sure thing." Then he shared the story with me. I found it very, very interesting.
What was your experience, shooting a film about lockdown under the lockdown?
Oh, it wasn't about the lockdown at all. The lockdown was just the background. I think that's true for all the short films. Because this lockdown, how do I say it? It's been a life-changing experience for everyone, right? Everybody has come away with something, good or bad, post the lockdown. So I think this anthology is about that, in a way. It's about our human experiences and how the lockdown has kind of shaped that.
How do you manage to keep your head above all the chaos that's happening around us? What is your mantra?
It's not easy. I mean, I did have my own moments of despair. More than the COVID, it was the feeling of oppression that this lockdown created, that you can't do this, you can't do that.
Mm.
For me, I value my personal freedom above all else. Learning how to cook was a very important tool for me, because I didn't realize it, but cooking is so therapeutic. It just takes so, and it's also creative. So I got to be creative, without, even though I was away from my work. So it had many positives.
What is your biggest challenge you think you're had to overcome in your professional, personal life?
I think every day in this job is a challenge, to be honest. Always trying to keep your head above water. And especially the past 6 months have been extremely challenging. And that's why this anthology and this short film will always be a very special memory, because it was a very nice, much needed, bright spark in the middle of all that uncertainty.
So do you think that is what the audience will feel when they watch the movie?
For sure. Because the title is, new beginnings, right?
Yeah.
It's about picking up and starting afresh, because that's what the human spirit is. It's indomitable.